Hello and welcome to a smerdp video, and today we're looking at Power Rangers Prime issue 10. And our story is written by Melissa Flores. Simona de Gianfelice is on the illustrations. Colors by Joanna Lafont, and Ed Dukeshire is on the letters. So, we are transported back in time, a time where June was a child, 14 years old. And his dad, or his sire, he doesn't like being called dad, has arrived on Earth. Now, from June's perspective, he's probably been there for a long period of time. It's like, let's say, for example, I moved to a different country with a different culture. I would perhaps eventually embrace that culture and become part of that world rather than the world I was from before. And that's what we're seeing with June on Earth. He is more Earthling because he spent more time here and experienced things here rather than Eltar. So his dad obviously has come to test him. He is very strict. He expects strength, whereas all he sees is in June is weakness. And obviously, on the other foot, when he visits Earth, it would be like me going to another country and not embracing that culture and saying my culture is the only culture. Do you know what I mean? You got to integrate yourself a little bit, but because he's not there all the time, he's not even willing to integrate it. This is just straight up, we're conquering your Earth, control. And, none of Earth things matter at all. So there we go. So he's given the test, which, bless him, he fails miserably. And then we jump forward, and they're just sort of trying to get back to some sort of normal. Lauren is kidnapped, and there is this moment between the two that I never actually noticed before, but just look at them there. There is a moment, and well, like most people, they're like, do I, don't I? And save it for another date, for another day. So it's nice to see that their relationship is slowly blossoming. June is gonna try and save Lauren, and the only way he thinks he can do this is by accepting that he's got to go into the Eltarian Guardians. That means he's going to be sent off world, but it may give him a moment where he can save Lauren. Of course, he's got to shave his head, and he's like, I love your hair. Also, we've got Doobie in the background just being beautiful because June has never been allowed to have a dog at all. So upon returning home, June is tested by his father, and his father is surprised by this, but pleasantly surprised and not disappointed for a change, that he has grown in strength. And we're not sure if it has actually been 14 years since he's seen his father, but, that was quite interesting. Apologies, I just I just realized that somehow when I was reading this, I skipped a page, which actually makes sense because I got to the end, I was like, well, wait a minute, how on earth did she find out? So we got this camera off June with Lauren and the others, and she's rumbled him and says that your father's on the way to interrogate her. So meanwhile, we get a little backstory. So Maria, who is Valentina's mom, used to tell June about stories about Power Rangers and how they fought and how they lost, and sometimes they just couldn't win, but they carried on. And as June got older, he wanted to be a Power Ranger, and unfortunately, June's mother heard that, and well, she took Maria away, leaving Valentina alone, and that's why they have such a close relationship. But obviously, Valentina's father is still in the mix, but yeah, it's a shame. And Valentina didn't know what happened. She was upset for a long time. And yeah, but we start learning that June's mother perhaps doesn't have the control that we think she is. She isn't making all these decisions. Sometimes it's her husband, sometimes it's elsewhere that are making these decisions about controlling Earthlings, what information is shared. It's a dictatorship, quite simply. And there are consequences with everything that we do. So they have one choice. She goes out the room. She leaves June, and, well, he may be an Eltarian, but he chooses to be a Power Ranger. So he morphs into action, and Lauren is on her last legs, but when he comes flying in, and it's quite clear when they get into the fight that his father already knows that it's June, because he couldn't understand how June had gained such strength. So it was deemed that, of course, it must have come from somewhere. So June is incapacitated, and perhaps he's going to go too far. However, his mother isn't going to allow that. His mum loves him. His mum sees something else in him. She sees a sensitive boy with a big heart. Well, Eltarian with a big heart. And rather than squashing it and pushing it out, she has indulged it, which has led to June being who June is. And I suspect June will find the courage, which he just did, to take on his father, take on his mother. But at the moment, he's saying sorry and help me. So next issue will be interesting. I was quite surprised that this played out. I thought I was reading a dream, to be honest with you. But I'm quite glad that it has perhaps happened, but I thought it would have gone on another couple of issues. But it's out there now. June's secret is revealed, and it's all going to start coming together in terms of this Power Ranger team, hopefully, to fight back this invasion, whatever that looks like, because that's massive. That's not just 5 heroes in Rita fighting back an invasion. You know, that's a massive thing. It's like if you ever watch V, you know, it starts off with a small band of humans, but it has to get bigger for them to even stand a chance to defeat the visitors. Very similar to this. So it'll be interesting to see how Miss Melissa plays this out. But once again, I still feel like this is the best platform, with completely a blank slate for Melissa to give her creative juices flowing to deliver a good story that isn't tied into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or even any of the other teams and trying to be canon, because it worked really, really well when Kyle had the book, and even when Ryan had the book. You know, they plugged those gaps, but there's only so many gaps you can plug or, you know, deliver different stories. So this gives complete freedom, which is fantastic. So anyway, without ado, thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you, everybody that's subscribed already. Make sure you look after yourself. And as always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.